starting with right there.
Alright, so we're starting with
L4. Dry. Real dry.
Okay.
Corn comes down. There's two stones in there. They're granite. This is a 20-inch mill. They're 20 inches around. They're about 4 inches wide.
Okay.
That corn drops down between them. One's sitting still. It's called a bedrock. The other one is turning.
Okay.
That corn goes down between them.
Okay. Is there a way to adjust it coarse or fine?
Okay. If you want it more fine, you shoot those rocks closer together. If you want it coarse, you spread it apart.
Okay.
This is a sifter here. It's sifting stuff out like that.
Gotcha. Just all the...
Just throw that away.
Okay.
Here's the corn.
Gotcha.
It's already sifted, ready to eat.
Alright. So all these right here...
Yeah.
So all this stuff here that's going to be tossed away, could you feed that to your cattle or whatever? Chickens?
There's not much in it. It's just the shaft of that corn.
Okay.
They can pick around through it there a little bit.
So back in the day, they would have actually done that though to help them.
Right.
Okay. So is there a brand on this, or is there just something you put together, or what? Is there a brand on it, or is it?
It's a Meadows.
Meadows?
Yeah. Made in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina.
Okay.
Since 1935 on it.
Okay.
The engines of Fairbanks corn.
Okay. Alright, so what we got going on right here? Just start.
You want me to start it up again?
Don't matter. It's up to you.
It's put the head in the stone.
Okay.
It's supposed to move one knot, but it got a bad blade for the going two.
Alright. And what do we got going on here with the man and woman? The two women?
It's got a right in between his shoulders.
Okay. Now this is extra cedar he's putting in there, cut off little slots. Kind of interesting how it all works out. Alright, what we got going on here?
Trying to make her look like my grandmother. And then trying to make Woody look like anybody.
Yeah.
Her looks like my grandmother.
Okay. Churning butter.
Turning butter. And the motor's in the turn.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Woody's motor right between his shoulders and the takes part of the turning.
Okay.
I thought they'd do the same way, but it doesn't work. The motor's in the turn.
did too. We got another bandsaw over here.
Yeah, this here's charger. See at the file?
So
It's not time right. So time let it just move 1, 2 at a time.
Gotcha. Now that's pretty interesting right there.
So far, nobody's ever saw another one of these. I've had it in 7 different states. Way over 300 shows. And nobody's ever saw one.
Probably something came out of a manufacturer or something.
Come out of Winchester. Jim McCall gave it to me and somebody gave it to him. That's all we know. We've got a 10 tank here. Doing these fine parts, got a battery. That's all the number of those fine ones.
Batteries, 2 volt speeds, 32 volts total. Got it. Okay. There we go. Now it's all working. Looks like you got it fixed.
Here, come out with electric printer and grab it for work. They made all the rest of it.
That's pretty cool.
Another nail goes. This is 32 volts. This here is 12 volts. The little blue one up there is 6 volts.
Okay, now what would this have been used for?
It was power to the house.
So they use this to actually run the lights in the refrigerator if they was lucky enough to have one.
Yeah, that's enough money.
Which if you had a refrigerator in those days, you was really...
I never had that in run.
Okay. So how rare is these items here?
Well, pretty rare really. You don't see too many of these. They use these for batteries.
Okay, so we got a battery charger, a generator for the house. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
And the mouth fed it.
It'll come out of there. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool.
I've got started one going with the car.
It's definitely a piece of history. I said it's definitely a piece of history.
Yeah. I don't know what year. These batteries was 1917.
1917? So all of this would have been used in World War I at some point in the military. Okay. Very interesting technology here. And what was your name again? What was your name again?
Billy Cooper.
Billy Cooper. And you're out of Beattyville or?
No, Irvine.
Irvine? Okay.
That's kind of on that number 82 goes up.
Okay. So you're a local guy.
89.
Pretty local to this area then. Got it. All right. Well, there's Billy Cooper and all of his interesting engines and stuff.
I've not had them running for a long time.
All right. These are just extras you had. Okay. And what's your name?
Charles Booth.
Charles Booth. Where are you from?
I'm from here in Lee County, Kentucky.
Okay, and what have we got going on here?
This is a 1907 Superior 4-cycle engine.
Okay, and what would it have been used for?
This was used for in the oil fields.
Okay.
To pump the oil wells with. This is the engine. The engine over there is a clutch, and there was a large belt went on that, and it went back to what they call a power. It was eccentric, and then from there they had a rod that goes through the woods to the oil wells, and that's how they pump the oil.
Okay, so this is just the power plant slash
This
springs.
is the engine that powered it.
Got it.
It's a 1-cylinder, 25 horsepower.
Okay.
This is your magneto where you get your spark from.
Okay.
This is your side shaft, which is your timing or your intake valve. This is your carburetor, which we run it on propane now. It was originally run off of natural gas.
Okay.
Like I said, it's a 12-inch piston. Come on around here. They were made in Springfield, Ohio.
Okay, so U.S. made.
U.S. made. This is your intake valve. This is your exhaust valve. The things on it that are oilers.
Okay.
The bearings are all made out of Babbitt, which is a lead-based substance.
Okay.
And on around here, that's the clutch we were talking about. That engages the belt that turns the power.
Gotcha.
And all the brass things are on top are oilers. That's the only way the bearings got oil is through those oilers. It just drips, constant drip.
Okay. So they had to have somebody basically 24/7 watching this.
Well, they started them and then they left them running for 8 hours. As long as you had oil in them.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody on an 8-hour basis.
Come back and do it.
Got it.
And then this is actually just for aesthetics. They had original barrels sitting outside of what we call the powerhouse. They had a house over this, and the thing was probably 60 feet long, probably 30 feet wide building. And outside of that, they had these wooden tanks for cooling the engine with. And I just made mine a small version of that. That's how it worked. That's what I use it for, is to cool the engine.
That's what we're wanting. That's what to give the idea of what this did and how it worked.
That's what the engine did.
So any idea what this would have costed the company back in the day?
No, actually, I don't know what one would cost. But the weight of this thing is 7,500 pounds is what that weighs.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not light.
It's all cast iron, cast steel, really.
Okay. And these here, with other implements, you could put the belt on anything to power.
Put the belt on anything else to power. That's the way. If you look at some of these other engines, they also have a belt system on them to power.
Okay. And like I said, 8 hours a day of just sit and drip and turn.
It started up early in the morning and run it all day long and pump the wells. And then they had devices where they could, if a well went off, they could take and unhook that well, and the rest of the wells would still pump.
Okay, that's pretty neat.
Oh yeah.
And you said this was a what model?
1907. It's made by Superior.
Okay. Was this a very common thing, or was this kind of a...
Yeah, these are very common here in the northern part from where we're at now. It was the big oil fields. The first oil wells were in 1915.
Okay.
And there were hundreds of these through the woods out there.
So basically, if you're looking for one, just go wherever the oil was.
And see, this one actually, it's got my dad's initials carved on the flywheel. So my dad run this power.
Well, that makes it a little cooler.
Makes it unique, yes it does.
Personally, I think it's cool that your dad worked with it, and now you've got it, and I'm assuming it's going to kids or grandkids or whatever.
They switched from this probably in the 60s.
Okay.
They started running electricity in and started powering all the oil wells with. And the oil field is still working today, but it's just different method of getting it out.
Okay.